Are you on a low income and struggling to save money? Then you'll definitely want to stick around because I'm going to show you how you can save money even if you're on a low income. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jonathan, and on this channel we're on a journey to financial freedom, talking all things personal finance, business, investing, entrepreneurship and self-development. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips and techniques to help you save money even if you're on a low income. I personally use all of these techniques or have used them at some point in the past and found them very useful. So I have 7 things that you can do and I've ranked them in order of difficulty. So I'll start with the hardest and I'll finish with the easiest, which also happens to be the most important. So stick around if you want to find out what it is. So the first thing you can do is lower your housing costs. Your housing cost is probably your biggest expense, which means it is also where you can reduce your costs the most, resulting in you saving more money. So there's a few ways to cut your housing costs. The first way is to simply move somewhere with a lower rent. This could be done by downsizing. If you live alone, you could consider if you really need a whole house or apartment to yourself and rent a room in a shared property instead, which could save you a considerable amount of money. The second way would be to move to a new location or change what town you live in if you're not tied down by your job. Your location will have a massive impact on your rent. So this is definitely something you should consider if possible. And the third way to lower your housing cost is to rent out rooms. Now, obviously, if you own your own home or have a mortgage, moving isn't so simple. So if you have a spare room, you could take on a lodger or even rent it out on Airbnb. Renting out a room is a great way to offset your housing costs. So the next thing you can do to help you save money is by paying off and avoiding debt. If you're trying to save whilst on a low income, then you have to avoid debt at all costs. When you have debt, you'll normally have monthly repayments, and these repayments are just eating into the amount you can save each month. Make it a priority to pay off your debts, and you can use the money you were using for your repayments to go towards your savings. Now, this one is probably one you don't want to hear, but if you want to save money on a low income, then you're going to have to make some sacrifices. But it's no sacrifice. It's a good job I don't have a singing YouTube, isn't it? Over a month, entertainment costs can soon add up without you even realising it. So I'm going to give you an example. On the 1st, you go out for a few drinks with friends. On the 7th, you go to the cinema and get some popcorn and a drink. On the 9th, you go out for a family meal. On the 18th, it's your friend's birthday night out. You get a taxi home and, of course, a kebab. On the 25th, you get a takeaway. And on the 13th, your entertainment subscriptions come out. Netflix, for example. That all adds up to £203. And I think that's being conservative. So you can see how fast entertainment costs can add up. Now, there are so many ways to entertain yourself and have fun that don't cost anything or not much at all. Having fun doesn't need to be expensive. Some ideas could be going for a walk or a hike, go to a museum, most of which are free, at least they are in the UK, have a dinner party instead of going to a restaurant, a board game night, go stargazing, or even just watch videos on YouTube, like this one, which are free after all. So the next tip is to sell things you no longer use. You may have an old phone lying around, or a bunch of clothes that you've only worn once, or plan on never wearing again. You may be surprised at what people are looking to buy and how much they're willing to pay for it. You know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And there are so many easy ways to sell your things now. You've got eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, or you could go the old route and sell your stuff at a car boot sale, or if you're in America, a flea market or yard sale. And following on from my last point of selling your secondhand items, you can also buy secondhand items. Buying secondhand items can be a really effective way of saving money. Most things, for example, cars, clothes, electronics, furniture, can all be bought secondhand through sites like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, Gumtree. Buying secondhand is great because usually you'll be paying much less than you would buying it new. And you'll be giving your money to an individual instead of a large company, and it's more environmentally friendly. For example, a brand new TV might cost £500, but to buy the same model secondhand, you could save yourself £200 for exactly the same product. Another great way of buying secondhand is charity shops, especially for clothes and gifts. You're saving money and you're helping out a charity. Now, my next tip is to save money on food and groceries. Now, this one is great because you have a lot of control over it, and there are so many ways you can reduce how much you spend on groceries. So many, in fact, that this could easily have its own video, but I will summarise the main ways. The first is to not shop whilst you're hungry. I have made this mistake so many times, and I think most people will know the feeling. You walk around the supermarket and you end up putting so many unnecessary items in your basket just because you're hungry. So make sure you go shopping after a big meal. Another way to solve this problem is by doing your grocery shopping online, as you won't have that temptation to make those impulse purchases as you walk around the shop. You'll also be able to watch your total increase as you shop, which can help you keep a tighter control of how much you spend. The second way is the best thing you can do, and that's to meal plan. So this just means deciding what meals you're going to have in advance, say for the coming week. Combined with the first strategy of not shopping hungry or shopping online, it will ensure you only buy what you need and you will waste much less food, which means you'll save a lot more money and spend much less on groceries. And my final tip to help you reduce your grocery costs is to make sure you use the supermarket cashback incentives and coupons. Now, each supermarket usually has a slightly different system, but usually there'll be a way of signing up to their cashback and coupon plan where you'll get cashback on your groceries and they'll send coupons in the post. Now, it won't be a large amount, but over the month, using vouchers and coupons can really add up. The next tip is to automate your savings. You don't need to rely on yourself to transfer money into your savings account every single month. You can just set up an automatic transfer so the day you get paid, a fixed amount is automatically transferred into your savings account. And once it's in your savings account, just forget about it and don't be tempted to dip into it. This method has really helped me save so much more money as I don't have to physically make the transfer myself. Now you may be asking yourself, how much do I set up for the automatic transfer? Well, this is where my final tip comes in. Budget, budget, budget. I cannot stress enough how important budgeting is, especially if you're on a low income. Budgeting is the most easy and effective way to help you save. If you don't have a plan for your money, it can be extremely easy to spend it. In short, budgeting is important because it helps you control your spending, track your expenses, and save more money. Additionally, budgeting can help you make better financial decisions, prepare for emergencies, get out of debt, and stay focused on your long-term financial goals. Budgeting is also very simple and easy to do. There are thousands of templates online you can use, loads of apps and programs that you can use, or you can just very simply create your own spreadsheet, or even just use a piece of pen and paper. I'm going to give you a simplified example budget just to show you the general principle of what budgeting is. So you have your money in, which is just your net income after tax, so literally how much lands in your bank account. Then you have to take away your fixed expenses like housing and debt repayments. Then you take away your variable expenses like groceries and entertainment costs. Then what you have left is what you can set up as your automatic transfer on payday right into your savings account. Now this is a simplified version just to show you, but you would break it down further into different categories so you can see exactly where your money is going each month. So the best way to save money on a low income is to use all of the tips and techniques in this video and combine them. By using these techniques to cut your spending and make more money, you're going to become an unstoppable money saving machine and you're going to reach your saving goals in no time at all. So have you got any money saving tips or techniques that I haven't mentioned in this video? Let me know what they are in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, then drop me a like down below and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.